Alright guys, let's suppose you want to make your first Counter-Strike AMX Modix plugin, and you open the AMX Modix Studio and you can see that there are some things like plugin generated by AMX Studio. This is basically the first thing you will be encountered in, and in case you are familiar with programming a bit, this thing marked by slash star slash is a comment. Basically this code or whatever you write in betweens will not be executed, and these are some modules inclusions. You can determine that by the word include. Basically it means that whatever is in the module AMX Modix is going to be used, and the same goes for AMX MISC as well. And what is next is the defines. These are preprocessors used to map different words as other words. I mean, when you write plugin, it's as if you are writing this whole thing. Important to note, it's also the quotes. And the same goes for the others. And let's suppose you want to compile it, and you press the compile, but you get this error. Pound compiler not found, please check your settings and try again. Okay, that's the only option you have so far. So to solve this error, what you're going to do is actually go to Tools, Settings. In Settings, you want to browse the compiler you have so that the program actually knows where to compile the thing. And for some reason it didn't ask you that type of things, which is strange. It's not that strange because we just installed the compiler for CS 1.6 after it, so we kind of have to do that. And as you can see in the compiler settings, there's this thing called compiler, and more specifically it's AMX xpc.exe. So we just need to find it. Okay, so we are just going to click on browse and let's just browse it. So Counter-Strike for YouTube, I guess. Okay, so we are going with this one, and then we go in C-Strike, add-ons, AMX Modix, because that's what we are using, scripting, and there, as you can see, it's AMX xpc.exe, which is this one. And then you click open, and after that you hit OK to make sure the changes are actually made. And when you compile your plugin, it says done, and probably no errors as well. Yeah, no errors, no warnings, and it's pretty much done. What does that mean? Well, your plugin is now compiled, but the compilation itself does not guarantee that your plugin is made. You just wrote the plugin, but now you need to actually put that in the game as well. So what are you going to do? Well, let's actually remove that line because I feel like I should remove that. You don't have to remove that, but let's say you want to make a plugin yourself, and the first things first, let's name that plugin some funny random monkey plugin. Yeah, and then we go with version 69.0, author myself and myself. Yes, because I have multiple personalities. Besides that, hitting that again, we need to save it. That's important. Okay, so where did it save? It saved in the right place, and let's name it random funny haha Uh, I think it will name it SMA as well. We can see that. We can see right now if it's actually named .SMA. And random funny, yeah, it by default names it correctly to SMA. So what are we going to do now is just compile it. You kind of have to go in that directory, cstrike addons AMX modix scripting, and use the compiler here. You basically just drag and drop, and after you drop it, it says that the compilation has finished. Yeah, you can also see if you tried there, because it says it compiled. But now, why did we do that? Well, let's hit exit. I mean, enter, like that. I hit enter 3 times, but whatever. And the folder called compiled is actually the important one. Notice how this time it is not ended with SMA. It's because this is the plugin we are going to use, man. If you open it with Notepad, it's going to look like this. You don't understand the JPEX Pro language. So, yeah, we are just going to cut this in and put in the correct folder, which is plugins. We have put this in the correct place. It's important to do that. Always put your AMX plugins in the plugins section. It's important. Scriptings are not that essential to put in the correct place, but it's nice to have them in the scripting folder as well to maintain an order somehow. And now we have the plugin, but the server won't work because we actually need to do another thing, which is to configure the plugins. And we go in plugins, and right here at the bottom we are going to get the name of the plugin we just made. And it was called random funny haha AMX. It's important to copy the termination ending, I don't know. Anyways, it's important to copy it like the others did here as well as an example. So yeah, you just have a plugin right here. You can optionally just comment it plugin that does nothing lamau. And yeah, right now we should be able to see the plugin in the correct server. And when we run the server once again and go in console, and then we go AMX plugins, we can actually see that our plugin is running. Some funny random monk, not monkey, okay. 69.0 version, myself and myself, random funny haha running. Okay, so it's actually working. So this is the way of doing your plugins and putting them in the correct place, and that's how you edit them. Yeah, I don't think I have forgotten anything, and I think that's the tutorial. If I forgot anything, I'll make another video, but until then, have a good one.